You're listening to the British Baseball Podcast. For those that aren't watching on the YouTubes, Mr. Paul Vernon has entered the chat, and Paul is my co-host today. And we are talking to Jess Vernon again. Jess has been setting records this weekend. Well, I say previous weekend. We've been the first female pitcher in the BBF NBL League, which is a very proud achievement, and hope to get to that soon. But before we do that, Jess, how's off season been?
Yeah, it's been really good. I don't really know if it's been off season. So like I've been training since December with Smarter Performance Academy. We did like a 16-week program. It was really good with other athletes that were doing it as well. Yourself.
Yeah, it's very kind of to call me an athlete.
The doing it with other people, although you're at home, was really motivating, and it kept you accountable and things.
And how many athletes of the week did you get?
I believe I had 3.
You believe it? You definitely had 3.
Yeah.
And I can tell anyone that's listening that it was not an easy feat. I mean, I did an entire complete week, and I did extra sessions, and I thought I'd done anything to get it, and it still wasn't good enough to get the athlete of the week. But you know, Jess is always in there putting in the extra miles and the extra work and swatting up to the teachers.
I can vouch for the extra work as well, because I was involved in a lot of it. I did more throwing, I think, over the winter than I've ever done, because I'd keep getting messages. Can you come play catch with me? Can we play catch? Can we play catch today?
I think Paul did the program as well.
No, I did not. I did a bit of throwing with you. That's what I did.
Yeah, and I was joking before about the swatting up. There's absolutely nothing swatting up about your achievements within that performance. It's all down to graft and hard work, which I think has proven to have pulled off. So we've had your off season stuff, and how things been with the Bells?
Yeah, awesome. Through the off season, if you say, we met once in December for practice, in-person practice, just before the lockdown hit, and we've been meeting like twice a week on Zoom, which has been really good. Like our virtual workouts, our virtual practices with Paul, and then on Thursday we've been doing like a mixture of game analysis or like pitch analysis, and the girls have like been recording themselves at home so we can share those and give each other like feedback and stuff. So it's been really good to like build the team without actually knowing the team. We had girls join over winter who we had never met, so we met them. When did we go out? The first weekend in April.
Yeah. That's cool. Do you think that the Zoom chats and the virtual meetings have helped keep the team together?
Yeah, definitely. I think some girls, so we have Instagram inquiries, I guess, and we had never met, and they were a bit hesitant, like, oh, I don't know if I can join a team if I don't know anyone. But I mean, after 1 or 2 Zoom sessions, they're 100% in. Which was great. And yeah, I'd say I literally met we met a couple of them like last week, but it feels like it's been forever. Like, it feels like we've known each other the whole time.
That's really good. So what advice then would you give to any teams out there that may be stumbling with trying to get people on board when it comes down to their inquiries? How did you manage to get people to commit?
I think the sessions that we've been running, and like the information we give out, I think it's just an environment where we all want to learn and ask questions. I think it's really encouraging. Yeah, it's just wanting to get to know each other and things, I think.
That's great.
I think there's something else, Matt, as well. I think what Jess has done is she's given responsibility to the players for getting better, for running certain elements of the organisation. So they've got somebody on social media who's running the social media. There's somebody looking after attendance and finances. So I think very quickly Jess was able to identify the people that were able to help her with that, and some of them she already knew. But there's been other ladies that have come along and who have shown that they're prepared to take responsibility on, and Jess has allowed them to do that. So I think that's been great. I also think there's just one other thing, which is that I think what the organisation has benefited, the Bells have benefited from the fact that they're being run by ladies. I think that's huge. So I think when other ladies show an interest, they see that this club is being run by other women. And although there's a couple of guys helping out with coaching and with passing on experience, it's all Jess and it's all the ladies that are doing this. It's incredible.
Brilliant. So for those that don't know, Jess, the Bells team, which leagues and divisions are they playing in this year?
So the actual Bells team, we're going to play in the Women's Baseball League. Hopefully, we are. I'm going to say this. We are yet to get a schedule. We're going to be playing at Farnham Park as our home ground. BSUK have been amazing with that, so we've been able to train there. I'm going to play our games there, and then the players, the Bells, we're playing in all our different home teams still, or in the senior league, sorry, all over. I was naming like Richmond, Kent, up in like Worcester, Guildford. So I think we're making sure that the girls are getting game time and developing outside of the Bells as well, and we can bring everything together and share everything.
That's brilliant. So you're playing your games this season as part of the Hearts Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So talk us through your historic debut.
It was amazing. I didn't think I'd be pitching on the team. Purely kind of went for the experience and to play at a high level and to try it out. And in the 5th inning, when they said warm up, I was like, oh, okay. A bit in shock, I think. But yeah, amazing.
You had to warm up. You were freezing, weren't you? You were freezing cold, and she had to go for a run down the line and then play catch. And yeah. So she was pretty chilly. So she had to do definitely a good warm up to get ready to come into that game. Women that have played in the NBL before, but just we think I've yet to be challenged about this, and if it's wrong, then someone just needs to tell us. But we believe fairly strongly that Jessica was the first female to pitch in the NBL. I'm pretty sure she would. If that's not the case, then I'm pretty sure she's the first woman to get a 6-pitch inning, 3 outs in 6 pitches in the NBL. I was there, incredibly proud moment for me, knowing how much work she's put in. I invaded the dugout to give her a cuddle when she came off the field. Really proud. And I know Hearts were equally proud to be involved in that. I was standing next to Lee Manning at the time. And he was proud of their achievements. One thing I think which really stood out for me on the day was there was a I think it was one of the players' wives was there with 2 young children, 2 young girls, I don't know, 8, 9 years old, something like that. And Lee made a point of saying to them, "Girls, have a look at what's going on the field here." And they were just wide-eyed with seeing the fact that there was a woman pitching in that game, and you could just see it going through their minds. Well, if she's up there doing that, then maybe I can do that. Just an incredible moment, not just for Jessica and not for Hearts Falcons, but I think, and not for women, but I think for baseball in general. For those 2 little girls to see that and to have that realization that they might be able to do that was for me was just a wonderful moment.
And how did you find the differences with pitching in baseball compared to your pitching you were doing softball?
I think it is similar. I think the mentality is the same. If it's not going your way, then you just have to kind of do the next one. So I think I was already prepared for that when I got onto the mound, because I've been doing that for softball for a couple of years. Yeah, it's just a little bit more effort, a little bit maybe more concentration. I don't know.
So you're going to go back onto the mound over the weekend, or are you looking to move position?
I'm not sure yet.
Just happy to play.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
good.
an outfielder, so we'll see.
Yeah. So what are the thoughts and memories you got from that debut?
I don't know, just the first going out there. The team was so supportive. I literally met them on the day, but they were totally behind me, and had confidence in me going out there and to do the job that I had to do.
Good on you. Which was your standout inning? Which was your glory moments, or did you have any like get in there?
I think that inning was a good inning. It was top of the 7th in the first game. The whole day was very, very long. I think the longest and highest scoring games I've been in baseball.
Good. Paul, you got any questions you want to ask?
I was going to ask about the mental side of pitching and the comparison. So that's I kind of thought I knew what you were going to say, but yeah, I think you can apply that to any position though, can't you? Do you think really? It's kind of you've got to be mentally prepared, and I think probably the fact that you'd been in that position, maybe in a slightly different game. And you're right, the physicality of pitching in baseball is completely different. You can probably pitch all day, aren't you, in a softball tournament without it actually affecting your body too much, whereas in baseball you can't. But yeah, I think can you kind of can you expand on that a little bit? What do you think? How do you think you benefited from that? Because I think that might be something else which other people would like to understand is if there are people that play softball, there might be a little bit of a fear factor with moving over to baseball, and especially pitching wise. Can you think of anything in particular that you feel softball pitching how it got you ready for baseball pitching?
I don't know. I think just definitely when you don't hit the spot, or when it's not going your way, maybe you just need to find another way and keep it going.
So we talk quite a lot, don't we? I mean, certainly with softball pitching, and we talk to anybody that does the pitches with the Scorchers. It's all about, if you've ever thrown one strike, then your body can do it. And very often, what gets in the way of you doing that again is up here. It's the mental side of things. It's your mind, which makes you worry about whether you can do it again. Can you do it now? And we talk about trusting your body, and if you trust your body, then you can let a strike out. That's the key, and I think that probably maybe that helped. But yeah, it's I think relaxing into it, isn't it? Relaxing and knowing that you can do it and trusting your body to do it is key.
And don't think about it.
Yeah, you can't. Baseball and softball players can't be thinking about stuff. No, that's right. Gets in the way.
I'm king of overthinking things, so that might be where my issue is. Could have been a world beater if I have this constant bombardment of inner voices.
A few people would claim that crown. I think I'll be one of those. But yeah, it's one thing that is very easy to do. And most of the time with when you're playing, you just need to clear your mind and just let your body do what it does. And if your body can't do what it's supposed to do, then you go away and help it and teach it to do those things in practice. All you can do on a game day is do what you know and do what your body knows, and that's where your mind kind of gets in the way, because it might want to rush things. It might want you to do things you can't already do, and you have to accept that there are limitations on your knowledge and your physicality and what your body knows to do. Overthinking, interesting.
Yeah. Anything else you want to ask, Paul?
I think all I was going to mention was again, this young lady just doesn't really know when to have a rest, because she played in the NBL on Sunday. She'd already played in Bournemouth the day before with the GB women's team. A Monday's a day off. Monday's a bank holiday. You and I, Matt, probably would have gone, oh, we've done really well over the weekend. We should have a little bit of a rest. She organised and ran a taster session for women to come along and try out baseball with the Bells, and then ran a practice with the Bells in the afternoon. I think just recognise that really, and I don't know how she does it, and whatever it is she does to be able to do it, I would like some, please.
I think we all would. So what's the secret there, Jess?
I've got a very good PA.
I do a lot of reminding, I think, don't I? Sure, I send you a message, you go, oh God, Paul, leave me alone for a little while.
I'm not the most organised.
So is that just like a love for the sport, or a will to succeed, or what's driving you then to have this this edge?
I think I just say yes to everything. The Bells thing though, we had inquiries after people just found us on Instagram or saw us when we were on the BBC, and people that hadn't played before. So thought, well, can't just leave them. So we did a little session. Bank holiday Monday was like the perfect day for it, and then practice after is just, I think we just need to take advantage of being together, because we don't practice every week like some teams, the Bells. So when we were all there, a little practice at the end.
How did you find the BBC work as well? Because it was a great little piece. I mean, I had to do a bit of rummaging for it because it was pretty regionalised. It wasn't really a national thing. But how did that come about?
So I think there was a lady, Kate McKenna, who followed us on Instagram, who we realised was from the BBC. And then at one of our WB UK Zoom calls, she was there, and she was going to do a little story about women's baseball, and the sport. It's just a sport that she came across, and I think she came across it because of us on Instagram. And so we reached out to her, and then Lewis came down to our practice. I think it was our first practice, wasn't it, in April?
Yeah, in April it was.
Yeah, and just spoke to us a bit, wanted to know the story, and how we got into baseball. It was just a really good opportunity to show what we do, especially to other people that play baseball, and see how our practices are. It was regional, and I think the next week it went out national, but we just didn't know about it.
Oh, no, I must have missed that one as well. Well, it's not like things to go over my head, is it? Yeah, that's brilliant. I think it was from the stuff that I saw from what you'd posted yourself, it was a fantastic advertisement for the sport and for women baseball as well.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to just pause this momentarily.
Oh.
Here we go. So, Jess, thank you very much again for your time, and it's been really great to chat to you again. And as always, the last word and the floor is open to you as the guest. So, is there anything you'd like to talk about, or anything else you'd like to discuss while we're here?
Thank you for having me. It's been really good chatting. Just plug our team. We obviously did our taster session, and we've had great feedback, and the team is open to new members, so we're not going to stop growing. I think it's roller coaster is not the right word, but it's going up.
Yeah. So, how can women within your region then find out more about the Bells practice times, and where can they find you on the social medias and stuff? And also, if there happens to be any people out there that want to start a women's team within their region, what advice would you give to them?
Advice, I think what Paul said, it's really important that it's women focused. We're driving it. It's one of the girls was like, oh, can we do a practice on Bank Holiday Monday? Things like that. It's us taking it and doing what we want to do with it. Entering the Heart Spring League, we wanted more game time before the league, and yeah, so I think just knowing what people on the team want, how much they want to play and stuff like that, I think that really is the key part there. To find bells to register interest, we have got a form, but if you just message us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, someone will get back to you. And yeah, it was same again if you wanted any help or advice about setting up a women's team.
Excellent, lovely stuff. And I'll make sure that I leave the links in the show notes too. Paul, again, thank you very much for your input and for popping on and being the surprise co-host. Again, anything that you would like to leave us with, any parting gifts or any nuggets of info?
Yeah, I think so, Matt. I mean, I think we've obviously seen some issues within the BBF in the last couple of weeks, and I think it's probably just worth reflecting on those. I mean, I saw, Doris and Molly were very, very brave in doing what they did, in saying that they would not participate in BBF activities unless the president resigned. I could see there was an awful lot of support amongst the community, but I felt somebody male needed to stand up and match what they'd done, which is why I did what I did, and that was really, I think things appear to have been resolved now, but I think that still needs to be remembered. I think the guys have to support these ladies, properly, and be allies to them, and take risks. Women generally have a harder time than we do in life, and that's going to extend into baseball. And we've got to make sure that they're welcomed, and that they're supported and they're protected within our sport. For me, baseball's so much more than a game. You can use it as a development tool. You can learn about life. You can learn how to live your life. You can learn how to do the right thing, and you can learn how to do it right. And I think the community can learn from this very recent past. Each club, I think, should honestly reflect on whether it's doing things the right way and whether they can do it better. There are some beacons out there, and I think there's a lot to be learned about women playing our sport. I think people need to be honest, they need to be open, and they need to be positive about looking for changes to what they do. I think we've got a massive opportunity. The baseball community has a massive opportunity to reset itself in the next weeks and months. Personally, I'd urge any new president and or the board, until a new president is placed, to run a consultation with as many people as they can, every club, every player, if possible, in the country, regardless of affiliation, to find out what their hopes and dreams are for this game. I think it's a huge job. It's not something that one person can do, so it's going to need everybody's support and effort. And I think there needs to be a level of education about the different bodies involved in the sport, so people know what each body does and what it doesn't do, what it can do and what it can't do, so that expectations are set. But yeah, I think there's huge opportunity here, Matt, for baseball to really look at itself in this country and work out what it can do, how it can work together to make this fantastic sport, this fantastic development tool, better for everybody in the country. just like to thank you for inviting me onto this and surprising Jessica. That was a lot of fun, and you need to keep doing what you're doing. What you're doing is fantastic, showing, giving an opportunity for all the great things in baseball to be shown to everybody around the country. You need to keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you very much. And as always, now the door is always open. Well, you've both been on twice now. The door's open for any returns. Just let me know.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Anytime.
No problem. Right, I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your days, and good luck with the rest of the season. We get whatever you decide to do over the weekend. Just looking outside now, my back garden's underwater, so I don't think there'll be much happening for me this weekend. But I hope the weather's much improved in your part of the country, and I'll chat to you soon.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Take it easy. Ta-ra.